You may not want to quit your job and jump in headfirst into your dream of becoming a nail tech, and I'm going to tell you why. There's some things here that a lot of people will not tell you about going into this career. I think a lot of people paint the picture of it's great, it's fun, I'm always busy, and that can be true, but there are some things you have to think about before you can get to that point. So if you want to be a nail tech, the first thing you have to do is go to school. And with that being said, you may not have to quit your job in order to go to school, depending on what type of job you currently work. So if you're working, for example, maybe a 9 to 5 and you can do night schooling, it'll be tough, but do that. Depending on your situation, maybe you don't even need to work, and if not, that's cool too. But it's keeping your options open to have that income, because you're only going to be going to school for maybe a month and a half, 2 months. The program maybe is like 300 hours, 500 hours, and that's not very long for schooling. So if you can keep your job just to have that extra income, that's great. And I'm going to tell you why, because once you get your nail tech job, things can change drastically in your income. Okay. So, maybe you have a part-time job right now and you want to go to school. You can keep your job, and you can possibly keep your job after you're done with school too. You may want to do that. And this is why. Whenever you first start doing nails, you don't have any clients. And if you don't have any clients, you're not going to make any money. So this is how it works. This is how the pay works whenever you're working in a salon. So typically, if you're working in a salon, meaning you're working for someone, it's not booth rental, you're not working for yourself, you're working for somebody else. You are going to get paid a commission. That commission could be anywhere from 40% to 50%. I've heard some salons will pay just a little bit more than 50% if you have a really high book and you're getting a lot of people in the door. But with that being said, you'll likely be starting off making somewhere in between 40 and 50%. Okay, that sounds great, because if you look at a service for how much something costs, let's say a gel polish in your area costs $40. Okay, so you do that service, you're getting paid 50%, that's $20. That's nice. However, once again, if you don't have the clients, this can be rough, because you will not get, paid all this money for all these appointments, where if you were, getting paid your hourly, maybe still at your job that you're keeping part-time, where you make $15 an hour and you can work a day or two a week there, that would be great, because maybe at this job that you started doing nails, you only are getting maybe like 3 clients a week. So yes, you will get paid more than just commission, but it will not be a lot. So most salons will pay you minimum wage, maybe a little bit more, maybe 8 something an hour, and that's starting off as your base pay. And how that works is, if you don't have any clients, you're going to get paid, let's say $8 an hour. You're getting paid this money. However, if you get more clients in that week, you could be making more than $8 an hour. It's going to depend on your whole pay for that week. So depending on how many hours you work, if you're working for $8 an hour and you're working 20 hours, that would be, $8 an hour for 20 hours, that would be $160. So if you get more clients in that week, that would be more than $160. You are going to get paid for doing those clients. So let's say every day you go in, you actually have a full book, and you will make that 50% commission. But if you do not have the clients for the hours that you're working, you are not going to get paid that commission, and your pay can be so much lower. And not only will your pay be lower for those hours, but a lot of salons will just send you home. They'll say, oh, well, you don't have anybody for the rest of the day. You can just go home if you want, and maybe you only worked 4 hours. Well, that's gonna stink if that's not the pay that you're used to, and you need a certain pay in order to pay your bills. So the harsh reality of it is you may not make enough money starting out doing nails in order to quit your other job, unfortunately, depending on what your lifestyle is like and how much money you need that month in order to live, because it can take a while to build up your book and be able to do nails full time at a steady income that can be comfortable, because also people will cancel on you, they will no-show, and you may have people in this day, but oh, 2 of them didn't show up, or 2 of them canceled. So now your pay is going to be less again, because it's depending on that commission and how many clients you have coming in the door. Depending on the salon that you work at, this may not even be an issue, because if you're somewhere that's in a high traffic area or a busy plaza, you might get a lot of people coming in even just for walk-ins, or if it's a well-known salon in your town, you may get a lot of people calling in wanting to get appointments. So just keep in mind where you're working too, what's your clientele going to be like whenever you start, because it might be easy to build that book and it might be hard to build that book. And if it looks like it's somewhere that's going to be hard to build your appointment book, keep your other job, try to do whatever you can until you can feel comfortable that you're having appointments in every day, filling up your schedule, because you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to be without money. You don't want it to be somewhere where you're not used to living this lifestyle, or you're just broke. You really don't want to do that to yourself. Comment down below and let me know if you are in nail school right now and if you had to quit your job or if you're still working, because I'm just curious. Let's start a conversation down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, I have other videos on my channel all about nails, so feel free to check them out, and I will catch you in the next one.